right, now we're going to move into the silly, funny draft segment. So really quick, we're going to welcome in our new guest co-host at the time, Nick. Say hi to the folks. Say hi to Mom, whatever you want to do.
Hi, thanks for having me. It's my first podcast appearance, so be gentle.
Tell the folks anything about yourself, fun fact or fantasy or not or whatever. Thanksgiving.
Fun fact, I guess, would be in our Dynasty League right now, me and Tyler are in a bit of a tank off. So that's been fun, keeping it interesting this season.
I'm glad I'm on the left screen because I don't want to be in the middle of you two. I feel like the tensions are hot. So I can't wait for Joe to beat you guys both.
We're not even the bottom two picks.
I know. I'm like, I can't wait for Joe to accidentally do
down at the bottom.
That's crazy. Well, perfect. Nick's just out here trying to be the back-to-back punishment and do the Blazing Challenge again because
he just really enjoys wings.
He just love that hot sauce.
I was tearing up after trying it last year, so no thanks. All right. Well, really quick on the recap. So we last week had all compiled votes between the GroupMe's and the Facebook stuff. Tyler won at a vote of 12-9. So I really felt very strong about my picks. I'm very, very sad that I didn't get the best movie sequel votes. I couldn't believe the amount of people on Facebook only picking his, but I guess I don't have enough nerdy friends on my Facebook group, or Facebook friends. So
that's right.
Fun fact, the unofficial score we started adding in for Reddit this week. I started posting it on. It doesn't count. Tyler won because we are only doing it in ours versus strangers. But I was like, let's toss it out on Reddit because maybe we'll actually get like more than 20 votes, which would be cool. We had a total of 275 votes on Reddit in just a 4-day span. Jack's team won 226-49. So the rest of the fans listening, this is bullshit. But yeah, so we're going to keep doing that just to see what the masses think and if it lines up with our friend group.
So you got young whippersnappers that use Reddit. All those old people don't even know what it is.
That's the thing. The people that use Reddit are the ones that watch Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. So
Lord of the Rings, and I'm like, I've never even seen it.
It's not a point in your favor. Quick shout outs to some unique takes because I love listening to a few of these. One person on Reddit, the first person to comment within like 10 minutes of me posting, goes, "Who gives a fuck about Top Gun?" Like, well, that was aggressive, but also like 4 different people came out in the comments to defend me, and they were like, "It's rated in the 90th percentile of Rotten Tomatoes. It won an Academy Award for like music that year. It was the top 5 grossing domestic movies of all time." I'm like, it's a weird hill to die on, but I just thought it was funny. So, Pat had a whole explanation on Facebook about how your team built on the originals better, but he liked my team's movies better in a vacuum, and I just thought it was like super well explained because I was like, I actually agree with all of this. I would have picked Tyler's too if that's how I thought about it. So shout out to Pat. Always
it was a very Patches response.
He gives the hard analysis while everybody else is like, oh yeah, team too.
He goes into it.
Katie, she said she was biased with her puppy being named after a character. That's BS, not fair.
I was like, you had no chance with that one. Literally, our dog is named Maverick after Top Gun.
Going 2 years with Katie saying she doesn't know whose team is whose, but has never picked my team once.
That's because you have shitty picks.
I win a lot of them, but just not by Katie's support. So, sorry I didn't name my puppy Frodo, and I could have gotten a vote because it was a puppy named after it. And then Mac, shout out with him picking Shrek 2. That was you had that as an honorable mention, but that's a very, very strong one. So
that's a great
love those. Season 2's total is now Jack 5, Tyler 3, so he's closing the gap again a little bit. We got to shut that down here. And we also haven't had a guest host win a draft yet, so we're going to keep that streak going too. But in our official random generator off screen, Nick gets the first pick, and we are doing best Thanksgiving foods for those of you that didn't know. We're not doing beverages. We're just doing Thanksgiving foods, and we're going to see if we can come up with 12. So, Nick, take it away.
All right. So with the 101... could go a couple options here, but I think I have to go with the item that we clarified pre-draft that is its own item, and that is gravy.
Ooh.
You use it on everything. It makes everything better. Mashed potatoes, turkey. Turkey's dry on its own. Throw it on your stuffing, and then mop it up with your buns or rolls after you're done with your plate. I think it's what makes the rest of it great.
I wasn't in until the explanation, and now I'm getting more and more convinced. So
yeah, I was so far out on that being the 1.1, and it sounded really good. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a gravy guy. I don't put gravy on my mashed potatoes. I don't mind it, but I don't do it. I was like gravy. I'm like, nah. And then you started getting to it. I'm like, fuck, I need some gravy.
I make up for Tyler's difference. I put gravy on the mashed potatoes, the turkey, the gravy.
Yeah,
there's some that gets on the cornbread dish.
yeah.
Whatever, we're good. That's fine.
Yeah,
so.
it's like it gets over a little bit of everything, and it just makes it all that much better. And I don't know. I feel like without it, stuff just is a little too dry and just not as good.
I think it's the dark horse pick for the top, but I feel like without it, Thanksgiving would it's the very iconic Thanksgiving pick. So that's shout out to you for being bold and going with it, because I can see an argument. That being said, I am going to go with what my 101 was, which could very well be not other people's 101s, but I am going with mashed potatoes because I'm obsessed with those, and I can eat plate after plate of them, and especially if they're like the homemade ones, like actual peel, like get that instant mashed potatoes in a bag stuff out of here. But real mashed potatoes with the lumps and stuff, so good. You get the butter going on there. You get a little bit of gravy with it. I don't get gravy in my pick because Nick took it, but
gravy-less mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I'll put that in the poll. Gravy-less, and everyone will be like, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
But mashed potatoes is my 101. I had some pivots if you went with it, but I am very happy to get it as my 102.
That was going to be my 101 if gravy was not its own item.
I'm so glad we talked about that before. That worked out both ways. Suck it, Tyler. Enjoy 103.
I'm like, this is the worst. Like, I can't believe on Thanksgiving I have to take turkey. Somebody's gotta take it. I can't let you have mashed potatoes and turkey on Thanksgiving. So I don't have a choice.
I agree.
So I have to take. So I have to take
one
turkey,
for the team.
You're the GM being the safe pick, doing what you're supposed to take instead of the franchise turnaround.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a few different routes that I could go here, and I know what I want to go, but my heart and what I eat even more of, because so give me all the dinner rolls, give me all the biscuits, give me everything that has to do with that. I think I eat more dinner rolls than I do turkey.
Yeah, that's fair. We make them.
Give me the turkey and give me all the rolls and biscuits.
Yeah, especially like we make the ones it just keeps like rising over the afternoon and stuff, and they just
It may not be the correct fourth pick, but
I don't know.
I'm staying true to myself there. That felt right.
I was between that and the other one I'm going to take, which is a little bit more divisive. I think everybody's in on the dinner rolls. So, and for context, anybody listening there, if he's taking dinner rolls, we're not going to be like, well, I get biscuits, well, I get muffins. Like you just get the dinner roll, the dinner bread.
I get rolls / biscuits.
Yeah. So, I'm going with actually, and I'm biased because it's my team, but this is truly my 102. It's my other favorite thing on the dish. Yeah. Depending on who makes it, because I love Christine's and I love her side of the family, but I've had some gross ones. So those of you out there that are like, I'm not a big this guy, I get it, but it depends on who it's made by. But I love stuffing so much. So I'm going stuffing as 102, especially if you do it the correct way, where you're like
not a stuffing guy.
If you're baking the turkey and then you put the stuffing inside of it to like also marinate and stuff in there, makes the turkey taste better, makes the stuffing taste better because it's like more moist, less dry. Take it out, devour that stuff. It's got crunchy, it's salty, it's the other like iconic Thanksgiving food to me along with turkey. So I feel very good with stuffing and mashed potatoes.
Yeah, fair.
Stuffing was up there for me too. That is an iconic one.
Okay.
Back to backs for Nick now after the long wait. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what's left anymore, so
I don't either.
Update my list here.
This is when it gets interesting. Okay, this is probably my top 2 favorite. I'm gonna go with corn casserole. So you get the corn with like the cornbread top and everything like that. You get your veggies mixed in there, but in a delicious way. So that's going to be my second pick.
I like that. That was my hoping it snuck back.
And then with the next pick, I could go a couple routes here, but I'm going to get some carbs going. Don't have any of those yet. So I'm going to go with sweet potato casserole.
Oh,
I get like the brown sugar and, marshmallows and all that kind of stuff on there. And I'm going to go with that with my 103.
I like it whenever I've had it, but I don't think at my family's Thanksgivings that anybody really makes it. So I don't know that I have it very often.
All right.
But I like it. now we're getting into the gray territory here. I don't know where to go. I'm gonna ask this one, and you guys have to tell me which way we can go. If I just pivot from the whole like main course options and I go dessert, if I take pie, do I have to specify a pie and you take the other pies, or am I just getting pie?
I think you have to specify the kind. I would say.
Like, that's a good question.
I have two on my
list.
I do too. That's why I was wondering, because I'm assuming we're all just going to take a pie. So
I was like, I have like 9 pies on my list. So.
Tyler drafted best pies, so
I love.
Okay, as then that changes things because then I have to pick like a Thanksgiving-ish themed pie.
Yeah,
I'm not out here taking like key lime, for example. I am going a pie because I hate everything else that's left, but. There's a few on my list. Like, obviously, I'm thinking, like, pumpkin pie is very divisive. You either love it or you think it's disgusting. I'm between two others, and I'm very, very torn. You guys would say French silk is, like, a classic Thanksgiving pie, right?
Yeah,
probably. Does that fall into the Thanksgiving ones? Because I'm between that, which is better, and a much more Thanksgiving-y pie, so...
Well, there you go.
I'll stay on brand. I'll go the Thanksgiving one. I'm leaving French silk on the board, which is probably the mistake. I'm going with, like, my wife makes these homemade too, and they're super good. But I'm going with the pecan pie.
It's a good pick. I definitely think that's more Thanksgiving than French silk.
Now, Tyler's going to tell me why it's the worst because he hates everything I pick. Go ahead, Tyler.
That is exactly right, because pecan pie is horrible, and French silk pie is absolutely my favorite pie when it comes to Thanksgiving.
I just didn't feel like it was Thanksgiving. I just felt like it was, like, any time pie.
That's the only time I eat
pie.
French silk pie.
Oh, okay.
I've never once had French silk pie on any day besides Thanksgiving.
Well, there you go. It's not pumpkin, so there we go.
But he doesn't go with it anyway.
I'm gonna take 2 pies. No, I won't.
Yeah, right. No, because the only other side that I could possibly think of that happens to be at near every Thanksgiving is mac and cheese.
This was the one pre-starting the draft segment that I was like, this doesn't feel like Thanksgiving. It just feels like a side they have, but it's a staple. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't know what I should do. So yeah, I agree with.
I feel like that's like a north or south thing because I've never been to a Thanksgiving with mac and cheese.
Yeah, really. And most of mine aren't either, but I've seen it there. And then any list I looked up was like mac and cheese, and I go, I feel like you would need to put more into it. Like it's got to be like a mac and cheese bake or a casserole thing. If it's just a dish of mac and cheese, and I'm like, well, I had this last Tuesday. Like what?
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I agree because I saw it everywhere on the list. So
yeah, and then I think. The last one that I got to go, as much as I would love to take French silk pie, the only other Thanksgiving-y thing that I don't even like, but people absolutely love or absolutely hate, is cranberry sauce.
Yeah, I'm not a cranberry sauce guy.
Mm-hmm. Don't know anything about it, but it's the only Thanksgiving words that I have left.
It's the worst to me because
there's a couple others, but that's the only other one that there's people that love cranberry sauce.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Die hard with
but there's people that love it. So
it's
that's
so
what
weird because it comes
hoping.
like jellied, where it's just like I had to take them out and get them ready in the dishes on my wife's side, and she was like, "Can you get the cranberry sauce ready?" And I was like, "Sure." Can open. Yeah, I'm like, enjoy. Take a spoonful of that.
I don't get people enjoy it, but
not for me.
It's a good palate cleanser.
Is that
there? You go.
Are you a cranberry sauce guy? Is that?
I like it. Yeah. I mean, and there's obviously different versions. You got that jellied one you're talking about, or just like the regular, actually homemade
people can make
sauce version and stuff. But
that would probably be better. I'd be down for that because I could put it on stuff. But if it's just like a chunk of cranberry, I'm like, I don't. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So we're going with.
Cool. So then for my next pick. I'll leave the
now you can have
tip in this pick.
No,
now you can have French silk.
I'm between 2 and I'm not between 2 because one of them I hate. So if Nick wants to take it, it's all him. But I'll just go with the less iconic mainstay, but still it's at almost every Thanksgiving that I see too. So if you don't have turkey, I'm going with ham.
I literally was, if I didn't have turkey, I was like, I guess I'll take ham as well. I should have just taken ham and turkey.
But you could have. Yeah,
I think that might actually just win it for you, Jack, right there, because
the fourth
like he's got ham, potatoes, stuffing, and pecan pie. Like Jack's got every course chicken on there, but I'm like, I can't have turkey and ham.
Yeah, if you literally if you put all 4 of these,
draft.
You had to take.
The
icon. Yeah, but if you wouldn't have taken turkey, and I would, like you said, if I would have gotten that, I would have been over. But if you put my
Right.
4 things on a plate, that's a whole meal. So I feel good about
Exactly.
it. I got the dessert, I got the main, I
Exactly.
got the side. Yeah, ham feels good. I actually like ham more than turkey, but for the Thanksgiving
well.
purposes, it's, can't go against the OG. But yeah, ham with my Mr. Irrelevant pick. I'm feeling good.
Yep.
I don't know. Your roster looks pretty dry without that gravy.
But think of the butter that I'm going to put on my mashed potatoes. I mean, the
Just
pecan pie.
whole bunch of butter on
I picked the
everything.
dry pie too. I didn't even think of that. French Silk would have at least refreshed it a little.
Yeah.
Well, this leaves me
with nothing.
We can go with the
between
gross
two.
casserole.
I have 2 left on my list. The gross one that I don't know, I really like.
Delicious.
Obviously, I believe you're referring to green bean casserole.
Yeah,
delicious.
Yes.
Which I do enjoy, but to round it out, I'm going to go with pumpkin pie.
Okay.
There you go.
It's just a classic. I think I'm shocked it made it this far. I understand it's not everyone's favorite, but it's definitely one of mine, and it's just iconic Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I don't mind pumpkin pie, but I feel like it would just be more divisive, and I eat more pecans. So look at that, Tyler. 2 pies got drafted, and neither were French Silk.
I know. I probably should have taken French Silk just to swap out with cranberry, just so we at least each have a pie.
That would have been.
Your dessert is cranberry sauce.
I don't need a dessert. I was like, I got rolls and biscuits. People are going to be on my side with that.
That's true. You're going to fill up.
You could just make a sandwich with your turkey and mac and cheese and rolls.
Yeah, you thought mine was dry. He's got turkey with no gravy and bread. Ugh.
Hey, at least the mac and cheese adds a little sauce.
That's so good.
Oh, if you dip the rolls into the mac and cheese or make a little mac and cheese sandwich, I've done that. Real quick, just to say it for the soundbite wise. Best Thanksgiving foods teams, I have mashed potatoes, stuffing, pecan pie, and ham.
And I've got turkey, rolls and biscuits, mac and cheese, and cranberry sauce.
And I have gravy, corn casserole, sweet potato casserole, and pumpkin pie.
All great teams. I can't get over that gravy was the first. It still feels like a great pick, but it's making me. I love it.
Mashed potatoes wasn't the number 1 pick. It's just ruining me right now.
I may have gone gravy over turkey. It may have been my number 2, but still, I was just like, I love that. I'm so glad we clarified because that was such a strong pick on its own. So,
yeah. I use it on everything, so I had to go with it.
I love it. Stay true.
You put gravy on your pumpkin.
That's why I lose half of these.
That's true. Yeah. Well, you'll probably win again because there's nothing mentioned about Scooby-Doo. So, congrats.
That's true. We did it.
Real quick, I think we already decided this last week before we realized it was Thanksgiving, but we are doing best cartoon animals over best fictional foods. Is that correct?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. All right. We'll do that next week, and then we'll get into something Christmas or whatever. I don't know. I just make it up as we go.
I don't know. Like we do every episode.
Yeah, correct. All right. I think that's it for the drafts. Anything else? Nick, how was your first draft experience? Do you have any picks that you left on the board, or did your scouting team come through for you? What?
I'm pretty happy with my lineup. Although it is one of those where if you look at the full lineup, it's probably not the most well-rounded, but it's all things I enjoy. I stayed true, so
yep.
I'm happy about that. I was thinking the one thing I'm not happy about is hearing my voice.
Just wait till you
listen.
One
of those
back.
where you guys are probably used to it by now, but it's always weird hearing your voice.
Nope. Yeah, I still hate it. I listen back to put chapters in or edit stuff, and I'm just like, oh, why do I sound like that? Because you always think you sound differently, and then you hear your voice, and you're like, what's wrong with me?
Exactly.
So yeah, no.
Not a fan.
Tyler, we know your scouting team dropped the ball, so we'll just move on from there. Do you have anything to wrap up the show with?
Yeah,
that's not hurtful.
I don't think so. Jack, you suck. I hope you lose. I think I play you in a league, maybe 2 leagues this week, so I hope you lose both of those. But no, I appreciate everybody listening. Nick, appreciate you being on and joining the draft. So anybody else wants to join future ones, by all means, feel free to reach out. We're happy to do it. We really enjoy the multi-team drafts, and it's not just me and Jack talking back and forth at each other for an hour. So appreciate all the listens. Shout out to all the friends of the show. Minnesota Sports have all been great shouting us out, so we appreciate that. And Jack loves his jersey; he wears it every day and texts me about 4 times a day about it. ADH Dads on YouTube as well. just a couple of parents back and forth. Some of them have kids, some don't, but more just kind of general stuff. Game Boys, if you're into that, they do a lot of game reviews and whatnot. So for us, you can find us on Discord, mostly YouTube as well. Occasionally at Twitter, but the best route to get to us is at YouTube. So appreciate all the likes, appreciate the subscribes, and listen as always. But until next time, Pod Squad. Peace out.
Nick, send us off.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy gravy.